Welcome to all of our SVM students. Today we are going to see about single phase AC generator. From our heading, AC generator means alternating current is produces. AC generator means alternating current is produces, but only one main line current is going to generate in that alternate form. That's why it is called as a single phase AC generator. So there we have main parts of our AC generator. One of the main part is armature. So due to our single phase AC generator, we have only one armature conductors. Only one armature. When that armature linked with change in magnetic flux with respect to time, EMF is produced across the ends of the armature. At the same time, that EMF makes to generate electrical current. That generated electrical current can be taken out from our circuit. That current can be used for many purposes. So for lighting a bulb or make to work a coolants or any electrical device can be operated by using the electrical energy. In nowadays, most of that electrical devices or any places we need a electrical current. So that's why this generator is a very main part. Okay, it is a single phase AC generator. There we have only one armature. That's why first we will define that what is a single phase AC generator. In a single phase AC generator, we have only one armature conductor. That armature conductors are going to linked with the change in magnetic flux. So that's why we are going to define what is a single phase AC generator. Instead of AC generator, we can say alternator. That's why in a single phase AC generator, the armature conductors connected in series. So as to form a single circuit. Form a single circuit. That single circuit can generate a EMF. So, which generates that single circuit which generates single alternating, there is a AC EMF. Alternating EMF is produced, and hence it is called single phase alternator. Okay, listen. In a single phase AC generator, the armature conductors connected in series so as to form a single circuit which generates single AC EMF, alternating EMF. Hence, it is called as a single phase AC generator or single phase AC alternator. That is single phase alternator. Okay. So whatever may be there, in a electrical generators, There we have a energy conversion. What energy conversion we have in our generators means conversion of mechanical energy into electrical energy. So energy conversion is in generators. Converts mechanical energy into electrical energy. So you know that in either AC generator or DC generator, it may be a single phase AC generator or any generators, electrical generators, there we have a conversion of energy is mechanical energy into electrical energy. Whatever may be the device, that device operated based on certain principle. So in our single phase AC generator also works based on certain principles. So that principle is what means Michael Faraday's idea. That is, Michael Faraday's principle is electromagnetic induction. So that's why principle used in the AC generator. Principle used in a AC generator is electromagnetic induction. Electromagnetic induction, shortly named as EMI. Electromagnetic induction. So that's why there we have a single armature. We can generate a single electrical main line, that is a current line, and that generators we have energy conversion, there mechanical energy into electrical energy. Then that generator worked on certain principle, that is called as a electromagnetic induction. Then we have here single phase AC generators construction. In that single phase AC generator, we have here two main parts. That two main parts, one is a static one, another one is a dynamic. Movable is called as a dynamic one. That is here called as a rotor. So that's why we are going to see the construction of AC generator. In that construction, we have two main parts. That is, one is stator, second one is rotor. So main parts in our single phase AC generator is, one is a stator, which is in a static all over the function of the device, and another one is a rotor, which is rotating to function this generator. So that's why in our circuit, which one act as a stator means armature act as a stator, field magnet act as a rotor. That is, which one is a stator means armature, which one is a rotor means field magnet. Okay, in our construction, two main parts, stator and rotor. Armature coil act as a static one, and field magnet is a movable part, that is called as a rotor. So that's why we are going to draw the diagram of single phase AC generators. So because of that single phase, we have only one armature. That armature is positioned in our magnet, field magnet. First we will draw the field magnet. The field magnet has a two poles, north pole and south pole. This magnet is a electromagnet. we know that about permanent magnet and electromagnet. That is example for the permanent magnets are bar magnet, horseshoe magnet, like that. For electromagnets, we have solenoid, toroid, like that device. Otherwise, we can specially going to design here for that magnet. So, first we are going to draw the field magnet. Field magnet. That field magnet has here two poles, north pole and south pole. These are conductors, and the end of these conductors, polarities are going to represent it. Okay. Here we may having a coil of wire. Here also we have a coil of wire. That field magnet, it is going to act as a rotating part. This is going to rotate in this direction. That's why we are mentioning in dot. Anyhow, this is taken as a south pole, this is the north pole. If you supply a current through this coil, in that magnet can produce a magnetic field. Which direction the magnetic field is acting means in this direction. Magnetic field is going to produce. Certain strength of the magnetic field is produced, that can be taken as a B, magnetic induction. Magnetic field is produced. Then we are going to place a stator. That stator is nothing but a armature. Initially, we have a slats in our static part. If you want to construct a single phase AC generator, there we want to take on a two slats. Through that two slats, we are inserting or mounting conductors. That is, in the first slat, we are mounting one conductor that may represent as a PQ conductor. Another conductor, RS conductor. So, through that slats, we are inserting or mounting that conductors, and they are connected in series to form a single armature that we are going to draw. So how we can taken? Further, we want to carefully draw this diagram of armature. There should be passes here. One is that is the armature. How they are going to place it means. Suppose if you taken, this is armature. This is a upper one conductor and a lower one conductor. So we are going to place like this. So for our plane of that board, that plane of that armature is perpendicular. Plane of the armature is perpendicular. That's why we want to draw the diagram very carefully. So for that, I am taken. You have to go through the diagram in your book very carefully, but I am drawing very simply. Anyhow, your diagram must be very neat. This is taken. That is, upper conductor 1 may called as a PQ. That is a lower, that is in a one slat. Lower conductor we have, that is can be taken as RS. This is in another slat. These two conductors are connected in series, and any device, if it is operated, there we have a output. It is a current. Current should be flows in a closed circuit, and there we can develop a EMF. We can develop a EMF. That's why at the end of this loop, we are going to connect with a resistor to develop a induced EMF. The resistor is connected here across the ends of the armature. At the time of functioning that generator, EMF is developed. That developed EMF is taken out to generate electric current. Anyhow, this is the diagram. Two main parts we have, stator and rotor. Which one is rotor means field magnet act as a rotor, and armature coil act as a stator. When that rotor is rotated in a static armature coil, the coil can be linked with the change in magnetic flux with respect to time. Time to time, magnetic flux linked with that armature is changes. Due to that change in magnetic flux linked with that coil, their EMF is induced. This is given by Michael Faraday. Michael Faraday's laws given whenever there is a change in magnetic flux linked with a coil, EMF is induced. That induced EMF can make a induced current flow in our circuit. That is the very simplest diagram for our AC generator. That is the construction of our AC generators. So what are the parts we have means, we have a armature, that is a stator. Which one is stator? Armature. There we have a two conductors, because in our single phase AC generators we have two slats. In the two slats we mount two conductors, that is armature conductors. The two are connected in series to form a single loop. That is the stator part. Okay, to the armature, whenever the magnet is rotated inside the armature, the magnetic flux linked with that armature is changes. Due to that change in magnetic flux linked with that armature, EMF is developed across the external circuit, that is the resistor. So another part is a rotor. Which one is rotor? Field magnet. In a rotor we have here two poles, two magnetic poles. In that rotor, two magnetic poles. Magnetic poles with which one is linked made to forming that coil and produce a north and south pole means, that is a winding, coil winding. That's why we can take on with the field winding. Winding. This field winding has a coil. Through that coil we can supply a current by a DC source. It can be magnetized by means of a DC source. By the means of DC source. Anyhow, we have the construction of that AC generator. There we have a two main parts, stator and rotor. Armature act as a stator, that is in static position. That is a field magnet act as a rotor. That field magnet is an electromagnet. There we have a system coil of wire and form like that. So if you pass a current through these coils, one end produces as a south pole, another end produces as a north pole, and magnetic field is producing. So that's why we have the armature conductor like that, and we have the field magnets. If the field magnet is rotated inside that armature can be linked with that change in magnetic flux. Armature can be linked with the change in magnetic flux. So that's why now we are going to see the working of the single phase AC generator. We are going to see working of that single phase AC generator. Anyhow, working we are going to see. How they are functioning? There we want to rotate the magnet. Suppose I want to rotate the magnet in clockwise. May rotate in a clockwise or anti-clockwise. Now I am going to rotate the magnet here. That magnet going to rotate it in a clockwise direction. If you rotate the magnet clockwise direction, if our rotation is complete at 90 degree means the magnetic poles, north pole may becomes here, south pole is comes. That is not a major thing. Initially the magnetic field is acting perpendicular to that plane of that loop. Along the normal, the magnetic field is acting. So that's why in our working, initially magnet produce magnetic field which is perpendicular, symbol of the perpendicular to the plane of the armature. Plane of the armature. If initially we position like that, that's why. What about the amount of flux linked with that coil? Because of that, magnetic field is acting perpendicular to the plane of that armature means angle between normal n cap we can use, normal and magnetic field is 0 degree. So that's why we can take on that flux linked with that circuit can be used that flux equation. That is phi is equal to magnetic flux, that can be, I am representing pi, that can be taken as B vector dot A vector, and there we can take on the vector form can be changed into magnitude, that can be taken as BA cos theta. It may also can be changed into BA cos omega t. That is, omega t is nothing but a theta. If you substitute the theta or omega t is equal to 0, so what about that flux links? If theta is equal to 0 degree, then cos 0 equal to 1, phi becomes a maximum. So that's why at that initial position, flux linked with that armature is a maximum, but it is taken as a origin. That is in a static condition, like that you can take it. So without changing magnetic flux, the flux may be links a maximum, no change in magnetic flux. Without changing magnetic flux, we cannot induce a EMF. That's why at the initial position, EMF induced value is 0. Even though flux links is a maximum. Anyhow, then we are going to start to rotate the magnet. Rotor is going to rotate in a clockwise direction. If there we are going to take on a certain care, that induced current direction can be detected or identified by using a Fleming's right hand rule. In our Fleming's right hand rule, we know that first 3 fingers, that 3 fingers are stretched mutually perpendicular to each other. 4 fingers shows the direction of the magnetic field. Thumb finger shows the direction of the movement of the conductor. Then mid finger shows the direction of the induced current. So 4 fingers shows the direction of the magnetic field. Thumb finger shows the direction of the motion of the conductor or movement of the conductor. In that magnetic field, if we move a conductor along the mid finger direction, current is induced. Induced current is produced in that direction. That we are going to apply to find the current induced in our circuit. So anyway, initial flux is this. Then we are rotating that rotor. That rotor is a magnet rotated in a clockwise direction. But Fleming's right hand rule is going to use it to find the direction of the current. There conductor movement only taken. That's why we have some small adjustment we are going to use. Even though we are rotating the magnet is in a clockwise rotation, then we can take and the conductor is rotated in opposite direction, anti-clockwise direction. So once again, listen very clear. In our circuit, in our device, magnet is a rotor that is rotated. If it is rotated in a clockwise, we consider our armature is rotated in a anti-clockwise direction. Anti-clockwise direction. We know that diagram, very simplest diagram, armature is going to take and rotated in anti-clockwise direction. If it is rotated in anti-clockwise direction, PQ side moves downwards. And RS moves upwards. So based on that Fleming's right hand rule, from the Fleming's right hand rule, I am shortly mentioned that is Fleming's right hand rule. Based on that Fleming's right hand rule, current is induced in that PQ conductor and RS conductor. In a PQ conductor, current is induced from P to Q. And at the same time, current is induced in that RS conductor is from R to S. So that's why overall, how we can mention the means current induced in PQRS direction up to which one means up to 180 degree rotation. Up to 180 degree rotation. That we are going to see. Because up to that 180 degree rotation, the upper conductor is a PQ, lower conductor is a RS. If you rotated the magnet, we consider that armature's PQ conductor is moves in a downward direction, RS conductor is moves in upward direction. Up to which angular rotation means from a zero angular rotation to 180 degree rotation. So after that 180 degree, from 180 degree to 360 degree, opposite direction that conductor's movement. Because up to that 180 degree only, PQ moves in downward direction, RS moves in upward direction. At the instant of 180 degree, PQ is in lower position, RS in upper position. After that, if we rotate, RS moves in downward, PQ moves in upward direction. That's why that the current induced in that armature is up to 180 degree, one direction, one particular direction is produced. And that is the PQRS direction. From 180 degree to 360 degree, current induced in that armature is reverse direction. What is reverse direction of that PQRS? That is SRQP. From 180 degree to the 360 degree, the current induced in that SRQP. So it is a reverse current. So that's why there we are inducing alternating current, positive current and negative current. Then we are going to taken the equation for induced EMF. According to our flux equation, basically flux equation is taken if it is a single turn armature, single coil and a single turn means we can take pi is equal to BA cos omega t. There if you have a n number of turns means there flux can be taken as NBA cos omega t. Okay. Next we will see that EMF induced. According to Michael Faraday's laws, we are going to see that EMF induced formula. What is that EMF induced formula means? E is equal to minus d pi by dt. We know that the flux equation we are going to substitute. If it has n number of turns, we can take an minus d by dt of NBA cos omega t. If you differentiate it, we will get that can be taken as NBA omega sin omega t. Finally, we get this equation. If angular rotation omega t, that it can be taken as a theta. If the angular rotation is 0, sin 0 becomes a 0. EMF induced is 0. Even though flux links is maximum. If it is rotated 90 degree, the sin 90 becomes 1. EMF induced is a maximum. That we are going to list it. The angular rotations. Initially, the plane of the coil is perpendicular to that magnetic field. Then we are going to rotate the magnet, and also we have a rotating axis of our magnet. How the rotating axis of the magnet means that also perpendicular to the plane of the paper. Rotating axis of the magnet also perpendicular to the plane of the paper. So that's why the magnet can be rotated in this direction. So at the time of rotation in the clockwise direction, so first position is taken as theta rotation is 0. That is case 1 we are going to take, and that is omega t is equal to 0. If you substitute this value in our equation, EMF induced also 0. Initial position. So but phi becomes a maximum. Flux linked may be taken as a maximum. Second case we can take. If our angular rotation is 90 degree, so what about that magnetic field direction along that plane of that loop? If the magnetic field is along the plane of the loop, means flux linked with that loop is 0. Initial flux is maximum, now the flux is 0. What about the change in flux means? Change in flux is a maximum. Change in flux is a maximum means EMF induced is a maximum. That's why if you substitute that angular rotation, omega t is equal to 90. We know that sin 90 is equal to 1. Then EMF induced can be taken as NBA omega. It is the maximum value. It is a maximum value. At its position, flux links is 0. But what happened that? Change in flux is maximum. So due to that change in flux maximum, EMF induced is a maximum. EMF induced is maximum. We are rotating the magnet from 0 to 90. After that, from 90 to 180 we are going. That's why we are going to take on the case 3. Angular amount of rotation can be taken as omega t is equal to 180 degree. That can be taken as 180 degree. Then if it is a 180, sin 180 is 0. That's why E is 0. Flux links may be maximum. Flux changes considered because it comes to that origin. As compared to the origin, flux links is changed. That is, flux links values are maximum. That's why no change in flux. EMF induced is 0. Then case 3. Completed. Case 4 we are going to take on. Omega t is equal to, after that we can take on 270 degree. Sin 270 becomes a minus 1. That's why E is equal to minus NBA omega. There flux links is 0. EMF induced may be a maximum, but in opposite direction, because positive is NBA omega, negative is minus NBA omega. Then another angle is case 5 we can take, and there omega t angle rotation is 360 degree. It is sin 360 can be taken as a sin 0. EMF induced is 0, but flux links may be maximum. Change in flux is 0. Change in flux is 0. Based on these values, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, we will draw the graph and position of that magnetic field with that armatures. So based on that 5 cases values, we are going to draw a graph. So we can take on the x-axis, use the y-axis, use origin 0, along the X-axis we are going to take an omega t angles. So what are the angles we have used? 0, 90, that is 180, 270. Equally you want to place that lines. Then only we can draw the diagram very neatly. This is a 360 degree. Anyhow, based on these values, we can trace that waveform that is in a sinusoidal nature. That is in sinusoidal nature. And each position we can take on that magnetic field. And here also it is an initial question. How the armature and the magnetic field we can trace. Here armature conductors are going to taken like that. At the initial position, the magnetic field is acting in this direction, perpendicular to the plane of that loop. And in this direction, the magnetic field is acting. The ends of the armature can be represented as PQ RS. Next question we have. It is rotated, that is magnetic field is rotated, and at this position the armature is like that alone. Armature is taken the same thing, but what about the magnetic field along the plane of that loop? Here flux links is maximum, flux changes is 0, EMF induced is 0. Here magnetic flux linked with that is 0, flux change is a maximum, EMF induced is a maximum. We can mention that is a A. Next question we are going to tackle. Further you are rotating the magnetic field, we have the armature. What about that magnetic field means? Initially the magnetic field is this. If you rotate 90 degree, it comes like that. Further if you are rotating that 90 degree becomes a 180 degree rotation, then the magnetic field direction is this. Magnetic field direction becomes like that. We want to mention very carefully that the PQRS for each position of that conductors, that is armature. But here and here direction may be changes, but flux links are maximum and EMF induced is 0. Next we are going to take an rotation of 180 degree. So that is from 180 we are rotating to that further 90 degree, that is a 270. That is 270 degree angular rotation. What about the magnetic field means? Downward direction parallel to that plane of that loop. That's why there we have a change in flux is maximum, but in reverse direction. That's why maximum EMF may be induced in reverse direction. Further you are rotating 90 degree means total angular rotation becomes a 360 degree. Once again comes to that original position. The coils with magnetic field are linked like that initial position, that is acting in this direction. So based on that magnetic field rotation from 0 degree to 90 degree, then further you rotate 90 degree means 90 to 180, 180 to 270, 270 to 360 means total one full rotation is completed. For one full rotation, EMF induced is in a sinusoidal nature. Further you are continuously rotating, this type of same shape of that waveform only produces. So if you continuously rotate it, the rotation is taken certain number of rotations per second means that can be taken as a frequency. If you increase the speed of rotation, their frequency of rotation also increases, and our generated AC currents frequency also increases. Their frequency equation according to our angular frequency, omega is equal to 2 pi nu, then nu is equal to omega by 2 pi. This is the frequency of rotation of the coil as well as the current induced in that coil. That is here we are rotating the magnet. For finding the current induced, we alternately can take. That's why that a new frequency rotation is there. There new number of waveforms are produced per second. then that's why is the frequency you can take. So anyhow, if you want to increase the strength of that induced EMF means we want to make the rate of change of flux increases, then EMF induced also increases. There we have a peak value formula. The basic EMF is E is equal to NBA omega sin omega t. The peak value is nothing but it is the maximum value. Then you can take an E is equal to E naught sin omega t. E naught is nothing but a maximum. Anyhow, we have completed that single phase AC generator. Single phase AC generator has a single armature. Whenever we are linking the change in magnetic flux linked with that single armature, EMF is induced. EMF induced in that ends of the conductor armature can be produced here induced current. Okay, we know the principle of generators, electromagnetic induction. You go through your video as well as the same time book, and if you have any contrary, you contact with us, we can clear very clearly. Okay, thank you.